What's good, y'all? This is your boy, Tone DeShields the second from Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. So there have been a lot of deals going on today in the NBA, and I want to get into one of them. So CJ McCollum, starting guard for the Portland Trailblazers, was just traded to the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, this deal wasn't just about him. A lot of people got moved, a lot of pieces got moved. So here are the details of the deal. The New Orleans Pelicans received CJ McCollum, Larry Nance Jr., and Tony Snell. In return, the Portland Trailblazers will receive Josh Hart, Tomas Satoransky, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Didi Louzada, a 2022 first-round pick that's protected, and 2 future second-round picks. So clearly, the Portland Trailblazers are thinking about their future. But here's the situation. They have Damian Lillard, who's not a young guy at all. He's a veteran. I believe Damian Lillard, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's about 30, right? I just want to make sure I'm not mistaken on that. But Damian Lillard, he's no spring chicken. He's not a young guy in any way. Damian Lillard has been in this NFL, in this NBA, for a long time doing his thing. He's 31 years old, approaching his 10th season in the NBA. So he's a veteran. He's no young guy by any stretch of the imagination. So you need to optimize his window as much as you possibly can. Now, I don't think anybody believes that the Portland Trailblazers are winning any championships anytime soon. But that begs the question: what are their plans with Damian Lillard? Are they thinking about blowing it up entirely? Because by them moving on from CJ McCollum, that tells me that they're not thinking about the near future in any way. They're thinking about 3, 4, 5 years down the line. And I don't know if Damian Lillard has that kind of patience. Now I know Dame is a very loyal guy, but if he's thinking about a championship, I highly doubt he's going to want to play out this whole rebuild that the Portland Trailblazers call themselves doing. Now the Pelicans, this is how it affects them. They got a legit guard, a two-way guard at that, who can play the point if need be, but he's really a true two, a guy that gives you range. On top of that, you have a guy in Larry Nance Jr. that can play the four. He's an athletic forward who plays pretty good defense. A guy that can run that high pick and roll and get to the basket. Then you have a guy in Tony Snell who's most likely going to be a rotational piece. He can shoot the ball, but Tony Snell hasn't really been a guy that you can consider for top billing. So that New Orleans Pelicans team now has Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, who's been out due to injury rehab, and they got CJ McCollum. So that's a pretty nice young big three. Would you call it a big three? I wouldn't necessarily say that because of the fact that CJ McCollum, he's shown that he can be a legit number two. Zion hasn't really shown that he can really stay healthy and keep himself in shape. If anyone's the number one right now, it'll be Brandon Ingram. But I still feel like Brandon Ingram has deficiencies in his game, even though he's a scoring machine. But defensively, he can definitely improve. But regardless, though, that's a nice foundation to have: Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and you got CJ McCollum, a veteran guard. So who won this deal? If I had to really say, I would probably say the Pelicans because they have a guy in CJ McCollum who's still able to give you 20 a game easily. Right now, CJ is averaging, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, CJ's averaging 20.5 points per game, 4 boards, 4.5 assists, shooting 43% from the field, 38% from the three-point line, and he's averaged 20 or more points per game for 7 straight seasons. So you have a bona fide scorer, a bona fide perimeter scorer. So he has missed some games this season due to a collapsed lung, but he is back in full effect. They got a nice rotational piece in Larry Nance. But overall, though, I think the Pelicans won this trade, and this is the kind of move you make to show Zion Williamson that you're thinking about the future. But Zion has to get healthy. He has to get his weight in order. And that's just my humble opinion about everything. But you guys tell me what you think. Who do you guys think won the trade? Did the New Orleans Pelicans win the trade? Because they're clearly thinking about the now. Did the Portland Trailblazers win the trade? They're clearly thinking about the future. And what does this mean for Damian Lillard? Do they plan on moving on from Dame at some point? They claim to be building around him, but that move didn't necessarily say that. That move tells me that you're thinking about 5, 10 years down the line, especially the fact that you traded for a first round pick and 2 future second round picks as well. So you're thinking about assets, you're thinking about capital. Are they thinking about making a bigger move they don't really have too many pieces to leverage outside of Damian Lillard and maybe Jusuf Nurkic. But regardless of how it goes down, CJ McCollum is a New Orleans Pelican. He's going to be paired up with guys like Brandon Ingram and Zion whenever he comes back. And that's going to be pretty exciting to watch. But again, you guys tell me how you feel about the deal. Who won the trade? Who lost? And I'll leave it at that. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry.